Firstly, Millward in 1973 concluded that no differences were found within both teaching methods. However, the number of pupils allocated to each method between the two groups had both illustrated huge changes in the total attitude scores between the pre-test and post-tests. Secondly, results indicated attitudes towards social interaction were positively influenced, but attitudes towards outdoor educational concept changed very little, and therefore the attitude scores differed significantly between three grade average groups, but were not consistently different within the group category. In addition to this, attitudes towards the environment and socialisation significantly improved. Nonetheless, this was immediately following on from the camp experiences, whereas attitudes towards education and pollution significantly improved during the 3 months after the camp experience. Overall, when comparing both the pre- and post-test differences, it could be concluded that long-term improvements were gained in the attitude inventory subcategories of the environment, pollution, and education. Hammerman believes that the outdoor learning environment is more stimulating than the ordinary classroom. Available empirical evidence suggests such claims can be legitimate if the subject area of concern is closely associated with out of doors, as well as if indoor education experiences is of a sufficient duration of time. However, does Hammerman's opinion imply that children will not learn from an out of doors lesson if their previous classroom lessons do not relate to the out of doors? So do the lessons taught outdoors have to follow on from those taught within the class? What about when children are playing? From a personal opinion, children when out playing with friends pick up on information from what their fellow friends were saying and doing. To me, young children are learning all of the time, whether they know it themselves or not. They have the ability to learn and take in anything that they would want or have an interest in. It is therefore down to the pupil's individual self to make the most of their learning and knowledge, in my opinion. So teaching outdoors is a fabulous opportunity for young children to use a wide range of skills and abilities that is not always relevant in the classroom. The Curriculum for Excellence fact file, which can be found on Education Scotland, agrees with the view of Hammerman, by which it states all learning is important whether it takes place indoors or outdoors. However, sometimes the outdoor environment can be a more effective and stimulating place to learn than indoors. Frequent and regular outdoor learning encourages children and young people to engage with their natural and built heritage and brings a host of benefits in terms of health and well-being. The use of words sometimes, stated in the quote from the Outdoor Learning Fact File Education Scotland, highlights that the idea of out of doors being always considered as a stimulating environment than the classroom isn't necessarily always the case. As I touched on earlier during the critical evaluation of Section 3 as a whole, behaviour can play a fundamental role in this process. When children are outdoors, having the environment associated with play can in turn promote opportunities for the pupils to become distracted or seek ways to misbehave with their classmates, as they may feel more free being outside of the four walls of their classroom. It is therefore crucially important that the teacher ensures his or her lessons are interesting, engaging, and active enough for all pupils to remain focused. Nonetheless, the drawbacks. In terms of research purposes, this Millward study holds certain drawbacks. Firstly, it was written in 1973, which is vastly outdated. Reliable sources of data should be up to date. Education has undergone various changes in many ways, therefore today it is portrayed and perhaps thought of differently to what it was back in 1973. Environmental attitudes might be better promoted in the classroom than on school camps. What children experience outdoors at school isn't the same as what they would experience on a camping experience. Therefore, was a camping experience an appropriate event to test for children's attitudes to the out of doors? It could be questioned, and other ways of testing could have taken into consideration. Is it applicable in Scotland's educational society? Due to the Millward camp experience being conducted in America, American to Scottish pupils are all different, and this applies to children all over the world. Links to educational theory.
Created using Powtoon.